Welcome to Updated Pressures. It always suits my belly to bring on things really happen for inside the country, and I'm always excited to be with you to bring you all of these things happening in the country. My name is Precious Inyi. It's been an amazing day, so it's been quite a busy day. I have been monitoring the town hall meeting in River State, where a lot of buzz boosts they happen for River State, and I say I will compile all the buzz boosts bring for now. So watch out for that this evening. Immediately I'm done with this live show. 1 hour after that. I go bring on all the gbasgbos we don't happen for inside the town hall meeting for River State, where they say me they can reconcile to talk about the things and where they trouble them for River State and then to look for the way forward. But trust me, some wicked supporters and Sims supporters clashing for inside that town hall meeting. It was a bombastic clash and a lot of gbasgbos happened there. And I'm going to play all of it for to you. And I go play everything will be the recommendation with the different stakeholders then will come that town hall meeting talk. I go play all of them one by one for now so that when I go understand and follow up with they happen. And all of the accusations of the money then we don't go around over 400 billion naira of the state fund waiting in the hands of the administrator where nobody know what they don't use and do. And wicked people saying that now we bring sim come inside government through Wike's structure, what do they call grassroots development initiative, GDI, now they call them. And those ones can say, how can we bring him? They abandon us, go they bring in another party with the APP to win local government election. But a lot of things they not even fit explain exactly what team do, what they do first of all, what Wike do, we mix team, perhaps vex, way little. Waiting they happen. But bottom line, the two parties them they angry, and I hope say they go fit quash their anger, calm shit their sword so that River State go move forward. I'm gonna bring you all of those. We'll just touch a little bit on that inside this show, this live show, but I'll bring you full videos of all the things that happen for the town hall after this live. Welcome to Updated Precious. It always with my belly to bring on all of this matter and more. But this evening we'll go x-ray all the things that don't happen for Nigeria today from morning till night from the very sad news. What would they hear? Say bandits, what did they call them? Bandits or terrorists, they now carry kidnapped children. In fact, when they carry mama, we get belly, as the women them born, they go feed their children to their dogs. This is a very troubling development as women for Zamfara State don't they cry about this incident. And the thing I don't even know how I want you to talk about them because it is very sickening and sad. Say this kind of thing will happen. Women born children, they carry their children, feed to dogs. This now very sad development. As in, the way the thing this kind of matter is supposed to turn belly. And at this kind of thing where it be say any government supposed here may them do everything possible to stop this kind of thing from happening. But here, now we did for inside Nigeria. Kidnapped pregnant women give birth to twins. Bandits feed the twin babies to dogs. Bandits not feeding babies or children to dogs. That's not the matter where the grand will be say we here. And then we'll go also look into that matter. But moving on to other issues. Now, although APC chairman abductors, make a break and that make a no use English explain this for you. So then kidnap the APC chairman for inside the Edo state. Ondo State. As then kidnap the APC chairman for Ondo State. Then people can't go carry ransom. Say, as in demand for ransom, the same then carry ransom, go give the kidnappers. Guess what? The terrorists, them, maybe the kidnappers, called kidnap the people will go give ransom. That is kidnapping the ransom people back. You understand? So kidnapping people will carry ransom to go give. Now waiting they do be that. And you just be wondering what is going on. That's now some of the matter we say we will also touch for inside the show today. Okay, so that's part of what we'll also touch on the show today. Moving on to other issues. Obasanjo ended Boko Haram threats in weeks. This now according to Atiku Abubakar. How Obasanjo ended Boko Haram threats in weeks. This now according to Atiku Abubakar, and I will bring on all of this and more as the show they go on. But then let's also look at other headlines. Those defecting to APC have their sins forgiven. Abamoro don't they won't find Oshomole problem again. Oh, the last time when person find Oshomole trouble like this with this statement, he invites the person to wrestling ring. Say, come, let's fight. Come, let's dig it out. Now, Abamuro don't define trouble again. Now, Abamuro now talk this one now. He don't define trouble again. Abamuro, waiting Oshimole do you way define a trouble like this. And speaking about insecurity, Tinubu don't order employment of thousands of Nigerian youths to enter inside a forest to flush out terrorists, bandits inside Nigeria's 1,129 forests. That one, save day, and a part of waiting to say we will also look into for inside the show tonight. And then DSS sue Pat Utomi over shadow government. DSS don't sue Pat Utomi over shadow government. Pat Utomi shadow government, DSS is sick. I share yourself for 90 talk. I say DSS is sick for this one. Wouldn't think say they go fish sue Pat Utomi like that. Then let's move on to other issues very quickly. Still on the show tonight. You remember that nurse? Now your mama be this, so now their mama be this. Yes, they say they don't feel like for nursing school. Why? So Delta State nurse, school failed student queried over Remi Tinubu's "Na Your Mama Be This" viral video. So they don't fail that lady right now. She don't fail school of nursing. In fact, people they talk in a real vindictiveness because that lady now one of the most intelligent people for inside her class, and she they come tops all the time. But unfortunately, after this incident now, she don't fail examination. She don't fail, and then fail her out. Well, DSS threatened federal workers leader over Ibadan protest against against Tinubu's government unpaid entitlements. We'll also look into that matter. Police snapped 21-year-old female suspected arms dealer in Nasarawa, recover 481 rounds of ammunition from her. And then moving on, police secretly arraigned Abia man, 3 daughters held incommunicado for weeks without legal representation. That is, man enter somebody's house, storm in house, police enter inside man house, raid their house, break their doors, kidnapping 2 daughters. Till today, they don't let them communicate with anybody. First of all, they were even denying that they arrested them. They don't know their sins where they commit. They don't know the charges where they levy against them. Don't quickly arraign them, go court, carry them, go prison. No other, no for information, no nothing. That is according to this statement saying I'm waiting Nigerian police force do this particular person. And that matter, it takes you don't already dey court and people don't call on the IGP to do something about them. Midterm reports. Tinubu has been vindicated. Oh, I saw APC governors talk. Say you see UK envoy talk say Tinubu reforms they bring investors. You see, God don't vindicate them all because true. In reforms, they very good because as they talk to you right now, if they say inflation don't come down. My people, are you buying things cheaper? Oh, other things in the news, please don't rearrange VDM over cyberbullying of Nollywood actresses, Tonto Dike and Iyabo Ojo, that one day. Reps don't move to make voting compulsory for Nigerians. So if you don't take time, it go take compulsory for you to vote. You know, if you talk say I can vote, I cannot vote, you must vote. Senate don't tell Tinubu to sign forest security bill to address insecurity and kidnapping, that one day. I tell you, say Nigeria's inflation rates don't ease off a bit to 23.71% in April. But what will be the reflection of that for inside the markets? That's another question where a lot of people go ask. 2027, once you don't declare ADC as Nigeria's coalition party, that one saved day grant. Bala Muhammad don't insult my papa. He insult my late father, threatened to slap me. Foreign Affairs Minister Tuga, where Bala Muhammad deputy slap. Now they talk this one. So you know, I don't know what's happened. And I don't know what's happened. Wait till make I talk. When making deputy slap me. Because Bala Muhammad insult me. Insult my papa. Insult my papa. Can't sing or slap me. Oh, wow. All right. That's what Ogatuga, Foreign Affairs Minister, they talk. Military rule should not return to Nigeria. And I saw Yakubu Gowon talks. I mean, nothing military get to do with Nigeria again. The military leave Nigeria. Say we no need military at all for inside Nigeria. Well, my people, welcome to the show. This and other matter them. Now we'll go put smart insight to talk about. But before we continue, let me quickly play you excerpts of some things that happened for inside the town hall meeting earlier today for River State. We're supposed to address the things we consign the matter where they happen for inside River State.
What we'll have here is that the crisis merchants, who are the biggest beneficiaries of this, who are the people stoking it, and at the same time, they want to be the peacemaker. It will not work. It will not work. We are seeing them here. It will not work. All of them have canvassed their state of mind. After all, the last speaker was describing Siminalayi Fubara, but he wasn't there for his election. He wasn't there. So, please, I'll also say this. I guess I have the floor. Well, I'll say this. Truth is bitter. Truth is very, very bitter. And I'm saying it. You cannot stop me from talking. Truth is bitter. Let me say this. There are two parties to this conflict. The suspended governor and the suspended assembly. They are the two parties to this conflict. Every other person, I can tell you, these two parties, if they interface among and between themselves, will move forward. But the interlopers will never want it to happen. And I commend the governor a few days ago for his statement. That statement is a statement that could lead to peace. Politics is an economic game, it's not a social club. It's an economic game, and they all know it. You get it? And I tell you, even in every company, everybody wants to put in his own successor to carry on with his dream. So it's nothing new. It is known in management that it works, and it is known in politics that it also works. Truth is truth. And when we brought Siminalayi forward, we defeated you people well. You get it? Very well. So today you cannot love him more than us. We love him. We brought him. We saw the qualities in him. And we believe that without your distractions, those qualities will deliver dividends of democracy to Rivers State. I advise the governor to go and meet his assembly members, to go and meet our leader. I'll tell you, Wike is our leader. He brought all of us together and said, this is the person I want to succeed me. Support me. Wike was not in Port Harcourt local government area on the day of election. I was there. His own vote plus my own vote brought about the victory of Siminalayi Fubara. And you people opposed us. So that is government, his own vote. People galvanize people to come out and vote everywhere. People galvanize people. In America, you have the people who knock on doors to come, ask people to come and vote for my candidate. It's democracy. We do it. Even in
All right, and I don't hear this not just a tip of the iceberg. There is a lot of basboso. The basboso happen today, they plenty. As I said, everything where everybody talk, I go bring them out, show on a one by one later on, and they make a compilation of all of them, and we'll go talk about them, right? But at the meantime, I say make a show on this one. Now they say even for US, say people they knock people door by door. So and at the end of the day, a particular man or two go claim saying I didn't put that person to power. So because now me bring you to power, you suppose hold me accountable. Sorry, you suppose do anything when we talk, right? Now what's supposed to happen? I beg when I went the US, that's something that they do. I beg, we just want to know. Those of us who be say we don't know. But then still talking for inside the incident. I think for inside that meeting, Hilda Dokubo also talk, and she had a lot to say. And then apart from Hilda Dokubo, other people also talk. And then some people even call for a truce. That is a reconciliation between the two factions. Say, may them reconcile, may them share what it's supposed to be the structure. These people take their own part, these people take their own part in such a way that they could do what happened between Timi Alebi and John Goodluck Jonathan when he be governor of Bæbīés State at that time, where it be say they can't split perhaps the appointments based on structure, then give Goodluck 70%, Timi Alebi 30%. Do you see that happening in Rivers State? And do you think that will bring about peace in Rivers State? Let me play you a bit more of what happened. The Rig Basbos will almost bring fight. But this one is still a tip of the iceberg. But we just go watch that one. When we come back, we'll go look at more and then we'll hear what Hilda talk about.
The political situation in Rivers State. I've just heard our GDM chairman of Rivers State telling us that when Sim came through the GDM, they supported him all through. Like the other speaker, previous speaker said, what did he do? The lawyer said, what did he do that warranted the impeachment process that almost burned at Rivers State? I am asking you, what caused it? The point is, somebody somewhere who thinks that he is the owner of Rivers State, who thinks that he is the owner of Rivers State, took this position and influence. I'm not. You spoke. You said you spoke. You took that position. No. I don't know.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please hold on. Hold on.
I am person like you, right?
Hold on. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Please. You have a... Oh, hold on.
I'm not from River State. My name is Kemalek Banimo. What does it mean?
All right, hold on. I'm sure as... Let's settle down. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's settle down. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, remember we gave the rules. Remember we gave the rules here. Please, let's... Honorable members, please, we would... All right, so... Hold on. Honorable members, please, let's take our seats. Honorable members, please, let's take our seats, please. Please, we are broadcasting live and would like each and every one of us to please. There are ways we can respond to this. We have the power, which is the microphone. Please, we have the microphone. We have the microphone, please. We have the microphone. Please, honorable members, please, let's sit down. Our distinguished guests, please. Let's have one house, please. Distinguished guests. Please.
So maybe you can just go there.
All right, please, let's sit down. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please. Please, let's find our seats, please. Let's not get aggravated, please.
All right, so and I don't see that second near punching Bæbīés. As I said earlier, everything will happen today. I make a compilation of all of them, and I will post them as a video after the show, so that I will see everything will happen. But then again, Hilda Dokubo also spoke in that event, and she had a lot to say. So each party, with bottom line, each party, no one made them blame the other as the cause of the problem. The Siminalaye Fobara people, Fobara team, no one made them blame Sim, saying that he caused problem for River State. And the Yes and Wicked team, no agree, saying that Yes and Wicked cause problem for River State. So when the two parties no agree like that, how do you really bring about peace in River State? How peace won't really do? Well, let's hear what Hilda Dokubo said when it was her time to talk, and then and then we'll move on to other stories, especially as
I'm going to act as a daughter of this soil, a mother who looks after children and have worked with a lot of children, and I'll say this is my understanding of what is wrong here. Within the state, River State, we're not sure who is governing. We don't know who is governing as it is today. But before we arrived here, we had a governor elected by his people, whichever way we want to describe that, because the same way he got into office is the same way that the president of Nigeria got into office, members of the House of Reps and Senate, and everyone else got into office. So if we say the way was wrong, then everyone was wrong coming in the first instance. So if you're coming through the back, then be prepared for whatever is at the back. Two, my understanding of the problem. At a point, there was a pressure, and we could feel the pressure from the utterances of people within the state. The former governor would make utterances, and those who follow him will make utterances. Those who follow the governor will also make utterances. But the utterances always bordered on one thing: who owns the state? Who leads the state? Who is in charge in the state? You can't have a governor and have another person who is in charge. Somebody has to lead, and that person, if we all have said is the governor, then the governor should lead, but we haven't had that. Three, we have had threats flying all over the place. Threats of who can do what against who should do what against who. And those threats are inimical to development, they're inimical to friendship, and they're inimical to the growth of the state and the resources that are there. So we were a people without protection. We just existed in the country, and everything that belonged to us disappeared. But let me trace a little history because it's replaying itself presently. When Governor Peter Obi was governor here, at some point after 4 years, the interest was more on becoming president. And a lot of our resources were plunged into the political party and people all over the country whilst we were neglected. The same exact thing reoccurred with the former governor, now minister. The same throwing around over our resources. We are here now. The governor was here, he didn't have those ambitions, or maybe we haven't reached the point where he would either have the ambition or not have it. But the present man there, if the rumors that we hear is anything to go by, is again throwing our monies around because we don't know where our money is. Nothing has happened in this state in the last 2 months plus. So my understanding is one question that we all need to ask ourselves: can we allow the people of Rivers State decide their governor? We already decided by elections. He's been voted in. Can he return so we move?
All right. So I sure say when I don't hear that one, we should talk. Can he return as governor of the state? Or we don't really vote for him before. But let's see what he has to say.
I'm going to act as a daughter of this soil and people all over the country whilst we were neglected. The same exact thing reoccurred with the former governor, now minister. The same throwing around over our resources. We are here now. The governor was here, he didn't have those ambitions, or maybe we haven't reached the point where he would either have the ambition or not have it. But the present man there, if the rumors that we hear is anything to go by, is again throwing our monies around because we don't know where our money is. Nothing has happened in this state in the last 2 months plus. So my understanding is one question that we all need to ask ourselves: can we allow the people of Rivers State decide their governor? We already decided by elections. He's been voted in. Can he return so we move on?
All right, so can he return? So we move on. Now, waiting, she talked with that. So it was actually very heated. More Basbos deal, more day, but because this is not a conversation. So I mean, it was almost an all-day event. So different people. In fact, there were people who made a lot of sense that this thing is only happening because get proper electoral reform. Where it be say people votes really need a count, because if votes they count, one person no go come out and say now we make you governor. As I tell you, even people will be saying that then be the part of the grassroots Development Initiative, Bæbīés some wiki structure, they also came out to say and proudly said that they were the ones who voted him. In fact, that these other people who are supporting him right now were not even there during the election. So where then they, when it happened, it was really very heated. As I make I give another tip of the iceberg. So hold on, around 10, 11 p.m. tonight, I go post on the full details of all the things that happen, and we'll go talk about that time. But let's move on to what's happening, especially as it concerns security for inside our country. Did you know that right now, people don't they talk, say, bandits, they snatch newly born babies, newly born children from their mothers and carry them, feed them to their dogs. This is very sad. Now, this now part of the security issues when Nigeria they face. Now, this was revealed by members or a member of the House of Representatives from Zamfara State, Aminu Jaji. Now him talk this one. So not be me talk him. So on the CM. And Jaji speak this one while decrying the worsening security situation for inside the state, alleging that armed insurgents have degenerated to, or armed insurgency have degenerated to the point of feeding newborns in captivity to their dogs. Newborns where they in captivity together with the women where they kidnap, they feed them to their dogs, people's children, to dogs. That is what is happening now in a sovereign state. Newborn babies, they carry them, feed dogs right now. Now, waiting to happen for inside a sovereign state. And I just wish they go do anything quickly about them. Jaji, where they represent Kaura Namuda, Berenin Magaji Federal Constituency, also a member of the All Progressives Congress APC, he talked this very shocking one yesterday, Wednesday, while ABC being the address journalist for inside the National Assembly complex for Abuja. In fact, narrating the ordeal of residents for inside in constituency, that's people wait for in constituency, the visibly distressed lawmaker, where ABC see and the thing don't weak and well, he said a pregnant woman was abducted. She gave birth to a set of twins in captivity. Now, then the leader of the bandits took the twin and threw them at his dogs. The dogs ate them up one after the other in front of the mother. This is cringe-worthy. Jeez. Whoa. Now, this is something that we need to rise to the occasion. We need to speak to ourselves. Something needs to be done. Jaji, however, dismissed calls for the deployment of mercenaries to assist the military in combating this. Why they not go deploy mercenaries? Why? It don't reach like this. You see, they talk to me, they not deploy mercenaries. Hey, you then see, say Nigerian armed forces are capable of securing the country if properly equipped and motivated. So waiting at the talk now made them properly equip security agencies made them for free fighting. He also opposed the idea of declaring a state of emergency in Zamfara State, arguing that instead of a strategic shift in military operations, particularly through the use of technology, he said, I don't believe that in Nigeria we need mercenaries to prosecute the war against terrorists. Our gallant soldiers have the capacity to secure the country. But the only thing that we need to do as a country is to step up a little bit and a bit more digitalized in the way we operate, especially as it concerns our security. Now, honestly, I don't subscribe to the idea of hiring mercenaries. We must make sure that the resources given to our security agents by the federal government are satisfactory. But they don't give them resources since. What thing did they do with the resources? What thing did they do with them? Year in, year out, security, they top our budget for this country. What thing will they do with the money? Oh, still talking about security. This time around, an abductors of Ward 5 chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, for inside a share local government area of Ondo State, Nelson Adepoyigi, they don't seize two persons who APC volunteer to go pay the ransom, deliver the ransom, where the kidnappers demand for. So they kidnapped this man and they requested for a ransom of 5 million naira. And two persons come volunteer. So you send me, I will go, my lord. Let me go and pay the 5 million naira. As they carry the 5 million naira to go pay, and then kidnap them. Now, as they kidnap them, they don't demand. So yeah, we don't want 30 million naira. That is what is happening inside this country. That is what is happening inside this country. Now, 30 million now they don't demand for. Oh, I beg, make I just end and there. No one talk too much. Now, speaking about insecurity and all of that, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar don't reveal, say Obasanjo finished swiftly, saying like this, use act to crush Boko Haram before they even start to come up. Say that time when they did like say they won't come up during 2002 when he be saying then the government. Say so he used them. He said that time when Obasanjo talk the thing, say Obasanjo call and say VP come VP. This thing now what we go do about that now? Now I think say I am going to call our security chiefs and maybe we'll sit down and talk about them. As they call security chiefs, they talk about them. Now so they take decision we make. They not even let the Boko Haram they sleep, wake up that and they immediately squash them. Now people can say, oh, so now through that thing where Ibisi Abacha talk, say if insecurity lasts for inside the country more than 24 hours, make you know, say maybe the authorities' hand they involved. Could that be the reason why Abacha made that statement? Because if Obasanjo go fit handle him, nip him in the bud at that time, why it be say it had us, or you don't they had us since then? Atiku said, you remember when the Boko Haram started in Yobe? It was actually in 2002. We were in office. The president sent for me, VP, what do we do about this? And I told him, let's call the security people. And we all get some other people together. And he called the service chiefs. I was there and gave them marching orders. Within 2 weeks, few weeks like this, they put down the insurgency in Yobe State. It never came back again until the end of our administration, until they leave office. That insurgency no ever happened again. It no repeat itself again until the end of that administration. This was how they were able to handle insurgency in Yobe State at that time. So what make we no fit handle that? That's not the question. That's not the big question. Okay, before we still go back to insecurity matter, make I just talk the matter then sharp because matter long way be so we'll go talk about today. Now, Senator Abamuro will be the majority leader, a minority leader, I beg your pardon, for inside the Senate. Don't talk. Say, see all these people, they way they go APC. Oh, yeah, man, I don't know. Bye. Because if you like Sasana, they go like this, all your sins are hereby forgiven. Hi! But you remember, I said this: all your sins are forgiven. Now, waiting cause trouble between Oshemole and Ruben Abati. Well, Oshemole used to talk, say, "Ingo box Ruben Abati. Ingo box and say, come if you want fight with me, Ruben, come and fight with me in the open. Stop doing this that you're doing like this. If you want fight with me, come openly, come fight with me. Make a notion at me now you won't fight, so that I go ready to fight you back." So what do you really think about this? Because people don't they talk say okay. So now the level where be say this one don't reach like this with this. Now the level where you don't reach like this with this. So now Abamuro talks so what's make it day like this now because of say since it be say the APC administration the APC administration don't already they make it look like say anybody where it be say join them truly their sins they be forgiven. But remember say Adam Soshimole don't come clear that statement. Stop say he no ever make that statement in that light and say what's make him make that statement now just because of say a particular man he actually cleared that. I'm sure I have a video where I posted that where he used make that statement. Say he make that statement because of a particular man where he be saying in name mean say I too they commit sin, I don't sin, something like that. And then he made that statement addressing the man, telling him that no worry, no matter the sin where you commit, once you enter APC, your sin will be forgiven. But say people decide to misinterpret that particular area or that particular statement to mean something else. And since that time, Nigerians only use that statement to the town. They make them look like say in talk something where they abominable, where you're not supposed to talk, and it don't become problem. And if you go back to watch that video, where that would be the trend about that conversation at that time, truly, waiting in talk say mean, waiting in mean, when talk say truly waiting it up because the man name. He introduced the man at that time, and he actually reflects exactly what's in the talk. But Ababuro don't use and give a jab. Now tell us, okay, oh, bye, yo. All the people where they leave PDP to APC is because your sins will be forgiven. That's why you're leaving. All right, now. Excuse me. I wish on a luck on a goodbye. This incident, say Adam Soshimole use invite Ruben Abati to fight ring to street fighting because of this.
In anything I do, I take it seriously, but sometimes I realize that you have to have some humor, to warm up an environment. I was national chairman, and President Buhari came to Benin to flag off presidential campaign, and as usual, several PDP stalwarts came to join the APC, and one of them is called Ilwobe. I come from Edo State. I come from Edo North. The language of Edo Central and Edo North is more or less the same, even in Edo South. Ilwobe means I don't do bad. And I just jokingly said to the young boys, okay, now you have been in a party of bad people, people deceiving people. Now I'm happy now that you have left them to come and join APC. Then you will live up to your father's name, which is Ilwobe. You will no longer do bad. Because obey means evil in our language. I will not do it means I will not do evil. So now you will live as a progressive. This has nothing to do whatsoever with corruption. This guy was not even holding, he was not a public officer, whether at the state level or federal level. He wasn't known to me even as a contractor. So how people could whip this, and why it hurt me, I had to speak about it that day, is that those journalists who paraded, they know better. Because I challenged them to play that tape. They have the tape. Because this was an event covered live. For not a secret outing. So let them play it back and say, fact check. This is what the Oshomole said. But they just choose to continue to use it. I was particularly shocked that an otherwise a very senior editor could ask someone like the immediate past governor of Delta State, Okowa, did you, in a very mischievous manner, with due respect to him, somebody said I should ask you, did you get permission from Oshomole that your sin will now be forgiven before you now decide to decamp to APC? And I think the guy didn't quite understand that the question was informed by just mischief. And the man tried to answer. I said, no, he has not even met me for a long time, which is true. And he worked with Obaseki against me, which is also true. But when we met on stage that day, I said, my brother, having been a governor and I was a governor, we are friends. So, but we'll be put aside by different party divides. So now we are back together, hopefully for never to part no more. So how can anybody do that? And I believe that this is just the act of mischief makers. They prefer to take the negative side. Now, how can you ask, what is my status? Like you rightly said, I am now in the legislature. Is the legislature responsible for prosecution?
To let this sleep very quickly, but remember, I'm sure I posted a video concerning this earlier on. I go don't see him, but that now one of the matter that we'll go talk about. And very quickly, I also told you guys that I hope I am live. Yes, I also tell on an earlier talk say President Bola Tinubu don't approve massive recruitment of youth for the establishment of forest guards to secure and flush out terrorists and bandits from our forest across the country. So they say, employ youths, employ them, so that we will carry them, flush all these terrorists from inside our forest. Sunday Diary will be a presidential spokesman. I talked this one yesterday as he announced, saying Mr. Tinubu don't order the recruitment of forest guards to secure our 1,129 forests for inside Nigeria. So that's not good news. So the president fee don't they actually live up to his responsibility. Remember that time when we say that thing happen when he talk say inside insecurity when say employ them. How many thousand youths? Remember? So the president may be actually right now living up to that election promise or campaign promise ABC make. Talking about shadow government, you were here last week Friday when Ibrahim Abdulkarim put us through for what we get to do with shadow government. Well, the good news we say, oh sorry, not good news. The bad news we say the Department of State Services now don't sue former presidential candidate Patu Tomi. They accuse him of attempting to illegally usurp President Bola Tinubu executive powers by setting up shadow government. Say that shadow government when you want set up now to usurp, to put in power on top Tinubu power. Say how dare he want to put power on top Tinubu power by trying to establish shadow government. Say now waiting EBC Pat Utomi they tried to do. So that one don't happen. And then people don't they react to them because even people like Aisha Yusuf don't react to them. Say, oh, whoa, wow, why on a good talk this kind of thing? She don't talk. She say shadow government. Say in fact, say this kind one way we say DSS talk like this. Say it did very sick. She say DSS talking this one. Say it did very sick of DSS to use think this one at all. DSS expressed concern because of the matter, and they say because if they not check the thing well, it could worry well. But she put inside her Twitter say DSS is sick and doesn't know who to tell it that it is sick. So say they know well, but they know who could tell them say they know well because of the way that they do things. But let's go to that lady who posted the video on Your Mama BD. So because as I talk to you right now, the student will be from of Delta State School of Nursing that was questioned for allegedly recording and posting an unauthorized video on social media during the Nigeria's First Lady's Senator Oluremi Tinubu's visit to Delta State. Well, we hear say the school sources don't show say following the development of the case, they don't feel her. And people, they talk, they tell reporters, say, her failure now it is politically motivated and saying a pure witch hunt. Why? Because they say the girl now one of the brightest people for inside her class, now one of the smartest people for her class. So in spite of the fact that she did very smart and her exam since they go, how come now just now we should get problem with authorities? Now they get to fail her or now she get to fail exams. Why? Now of all time, now she get to fail examination. So that one don't they spark a lot of reaction. But talking about sparking of reaction, today Nigerians don't just grieve for jam at all because Nigerians just the hammer jam left, right, and center because of waiting happen. Now, late yesterday, the person where they in charge of JAMB, where in name Professor Isha Koloyede, come out, come apologize for public television, even cry, add small tears when he said apology. They talk say in they very sorry for the mistake will lead to the mass failure for JAMB. Remember, say as JAMB results come out, about 78% of the students no score up to 200 and above. And where you get up to 400 marks, because each subject now 100, you get up to 400 marks to get, and you get only about, 20, less than 30% of the students scoring up to 200 and above. That means more than half of in fact, majority of the students don't score up to half mark. And then remember that time when be say they come talk about the matter. Oh, and when they call the query the minister for education, then minister for education say no, say the mass failure not be anything bad, not be because of the way we be say they use conduct the elections. Everything concerning the conducting of the JAM exam, say it did very good. Say the reason why make people fail en masse, say that because of the one way concern the way where they don't use the check corruption for inside exam practice for inside exams. Say because they don't handle exam practice, so now waiting make people fail well. What time when you talk am? Then because Oga Isha Koleye they will be the head of JAM. Come out, come they cry, say true glitch day. Where be say affect almost 300 and something thousand people then. Will lead follow for waiting lead to this mass failure. But we hear Minister for Education, Oga Alausa, as he be the explainer, say nothing happens. Say then say if I say this one are the freest and fairest exam with the mark, say they come out everything we consign my practice. Now it makes students feel. People can say even if you conduct come out my practice, now waiting make students go fail. Then waiting in mean to our education system if students fail because of say come on my practice. What are we teaching them? When they no fit answer the things, what would they teach them? But make you hear and then when they talk before I enter waiting.
It's a reflection of exams being done the proper way. JAM conducts its exam using computer-based testing. They've put in so much security in place that fraud or cheating has been completely eliminated. Now, we don't have the same in other exams like WAEC and NECO. And that's why, if you followed us at the Ministry of Education, immediately after we got in there, well over 6 months ago, we did a complete diagnostic of our exams, the way exams are conducted in the country. I set up a committee to look into it, and I'm getting the result of the committee, probably the report from the committee in the next few days. But basically, what we need to do is to institute computer-based testing for WAEC and NECO, as well as NAPTEC and MBARS exams. And I'm happy to report to the nation that by November of this year, WAEC and NECO will migrate their exams to computer-based testing. We have to use technology to fight this fraud. We have a lot of centers called miracle centers. It's not acceptable. So what you're seeing now, people cheat to the secondary school exam system, WAEC and NECO, and then they now go to do JAM, where they cannot cheat. And that's the reflection of what we're seeing today. It's sad. And the more important thing about cheating is that you disincentivize the hardworking students. If I were a student now, I'm reading for an exam for WAEC or NECO, and I realize that some of my other colleagues already have the questions. Do you think I'll read? No, I'll join them. So the ones that are good, you're going to make them back.
All right, so now waiting the Minister of Education, as in they talk the matter, they explain, and then saying that because the exams will be very free and fair, and are waiting make people feel well. However, when even when WAEC even talk about them, they can't show statistics, and the statistics can't show say most of the failure will happen for mostly the 5 states of Southeast and Lagos State. People can't say what's in the happen? We be saying that Southeast now can fail well for inside this exam. People can't even look and like say so I been an idea to use show say all the while where be say it be like say Southeast people they don't they pass jam since maybe na through cheating now they use pass now make they don't they pass since. Could it be that this the sentiment which some people can't they get, because to the extent where it be say including CNN self I say CNN UNN, that is University of Nigeria and Soka, even get to talk to WAEC, even write about them, because of the mass failure as the team use affect people for Southeast. Where here you see them as UNN use talk about them. Say UNN ASU accused JAMB of deliberately failing Southeast UTME candidates, deliberately failing them. Deliberately, so that many can't like say, if Southeast people they do well, that because of exam malpractice, now waiting make they do well. So this one can raise a lot of controversy, and people can't they complain. Then people now remembered what happened to that young lady in 20, I think that was 2022 when Miss Oma, when Ibi say she's supposed or she's allegedly come tops for inside the examination, JAMB examination. And then JAM can't respond, can't talk, say, no, not be you come tops for inside the exams. And the girl can't talk, say, I don't do anything, no. And I mean, if you look the results, then we be say on a give. By waiting on a give, I come tops. And then the girl went even as far as doing a video, recording waiting the business she been scored then, and then how she used Go center, JAM center, one of the JAM designated cyber cafes, to use print out her result and show the process and all that. But it was still difficult for people to believe her, because at the end of the day, she can't get to apologize. Even though some people they talk say she apologized because she knows she did wrong, while others they talk say she apologized out of duress, because it be like say then bully her to the level where it be say she can't eventually apologize.
And don't know results. I went to JAMB portal to print these results, and this is what they gave me. This is the result here. So this is my aggregate 362. This is exactly how I printed it. I downloaded it from that site. So they now saying that I forged my results is what I don't know, and I'm traumatized that they accused me of forging my own results, because I'm not capable of this forging results. This is the evidence. Okay, they say that I forged my results. They scanned this QR code there, and it showed another name, a Yoruba name, Omotola Afolabi, 138. And that same person that got 138, they checked again, the person got 338. Meaning that there is problem. There is problem somewhere. So, and we went to Commissioner of Education office on Friday last week. My principal and the educational secretary of Anglican Girls Secondary School, or Anglican Diocese. So we went there. We showed all these results to Commissioner of Education, both this one and the SMS they sent to me.
All right, so make we quickly stop am here. Well, you don't hear the young lady as she really explained the matter at that time. At the end of the day, she had to apologize and begged, and people now said, okay, she apologized because she knows say what she do they bad. She apologized because she knows say she really cheated, and now waiting make she apologize. But right now, as the thing can't happen, now people can't remember the lady incident. Can't say, oh, could it be actually what happened, that she was wrongly treated and she was wrongly accused at that time? People can't begin add ethnic coloration to the thing. You can see some messages where we say, then post this Aisha Yusuf where she talk and she say it's no longer subtle. Even the dead can see that the Southeast is being targeted. Millions of children were killed, and today you want to destroy the education of hundreds of thousands of children, perhaps from the Southeast. Now, waiting ABC right there. A lot of people, other people too, also come out, come tweet about and then come talk about and talk, say, this one no good. But before that, yesterday, the Oga Patapata of JAM can't give out a public statement where he say, if you bad, well, because it's in pain now, say this kind of thing, embarrassment, even to his own reputation. And he can't even cry, put on top.
Despite being able to identify the source of the problem and the affected centers, we are conscious of the painful damage it has inflicted on the reputation of JAMB. As registrar of JAMB, I hold myself personally responsible including for the negligence of the service provider and I unreservedly apologize for it. And the trauma it has affected Nigerians to, directly or indirectly. Once again, we apologize and assure you that this incident represents a significant setback for the board's reputation. We remain committed to emerging stronger in our core values of transparency, fairness, and equity. It is our culture to admit error because we know that in spite of the best of our efforts, we are human. We are not perfect. Accept the explanation I've given as the truth on this matter. I apologize and take full responsibility, not just in words. I want to say a big thank you to all of you, and may God bless us all.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, all right. So we see that now Professor Ishaq Oloyede, in the Professor of Islamic Studies, and Naman we be say sabi well. There he apologize, he own up. Now make a one thing we go like add to this conversation and say, they easy for somebody where they wrong to admit say they wrong, especially for this side of the country world where they live, where it be say we know say our elders they always they right. So for an elder to own up saying they wrong and come beating chest saying they sorry publicly, no now, we're supposed to say the person try well. All right, phone lines are open. I would like to start taking your thoughts and reactions on the conversation before I move into other stories because I get too many stories to talk about. But not forgetting, say I still get a lot of bags was I supposed to give on a this night from River State, so I would need to wrap up on time so I can go and give you that bags boost. I tell you earlier today, say where be that story? Yes, that okay. Andrew Emelezie led a protest in Ibadan, Oyo State, against poor welfare. That is, lead a protest against poor welfare conditions for the federal workers waiting for inside Ibadan. And he's been reportedly arrested by the Department of State Services. And in the last week of April, it was reported that the federal workers, under the banner of the Federal Workers Forum, FWF, began an indefinite strike action, kicking off in Ibadan to protest against a non-payment of 5 months outstanding wage awards by President Bola Ahmed's administration. But at the end of the day, one of those guys, named Andrew Emelieze, they don't arrest him. DSS don't gbab him. In fact, don't threaten other people. Say if you won't come out, we'll deal with you now. According to this report, we be say some papers don't carry. So I know write them by myself. Now report what I get. And still talking about impunity of security agencies. If there's anything to go by, that is what that write-up means. The Abia State Police Command don't secretly arraign a local shoe manufacturer for inside when name Mr. Chikadibia Sunday. and in two daughters, Ngozi and Ogechi. Why? Because they just storm into their house, break doors, come in, and then even the papa they ask, waiting they do, waiting they do. There was no explanation. They whisked them away. And even when eventually they say they go different police stations or police stations right there around them, and the police say they know they there. According to the report, if you see them for Sahara Reporters and other newspapers, so they say they know they there. And at the end of the day, after days of leaving them in captivity, they can't own up, say they there. And these people till now they don't know their charges, they don't know the crime we be say then commit, they don't even know what thing make them hold them, the man and his two children. And they say them from backyard, even without informing them so that they'll get lawyers, carry them go court and come and bring them go prison right now. This they just the stage to some of the things we be say our law enforcement agencies really do with the against person fundamental human rights. This matter a very pathetic matter because the man and his two daughters they languish right now in jail, and people don't call on the IGP to make it do something about it. This one happened, I think, for Osisio Mangwa also for inside Abia State. Now it happened, and it's really very worrisome. Some things like this, if I hear them, it touch me for body well. Now, we also hear the operators of the Nasarawa State Police Command don't arrest the 21-year-old woman will be suspected, will be in suspect of trafficking ammunition to terrorists in some part of the state. That is this woman now, with the 21-year-old, then catch her with about 481 rounds of ammunition, which she they carry go give terrorists. Woman, young girl, 21 years old, they carry. Well, for this suffer wey be say women they born they carry their children feed to dogs. 9% go get mind they transport ammunition to terrorists. Well, she's been captured, and I do hope that the right thing is done. But moving on to other matters, and as it get to do with the economy, as they say, our inflation don't come down. So Nigeria don't the but our policies are working, the reforms are working, because if you look at now, price don't they come down, inflation don't come down. If you look at the recent statistics, so if you say NBS release, they show say inflation don't come down even further for the month of April. But beyond that, the APC administration don't they very happy well because the governor sorry for inside APC don't they say you see remember say yesterday I tell on say UK envoy they praise President Bola Tinubu administration, especially in economic reforms, say the thing don't they attract investors from Obodo Ibo, they come. They say they don't talk say you see I told you people, we told you that President Tinubu's reforms are working and it go work. See them now. Now, even though Yibo people don't talk with their mouth, say it attracts investors. You know, so Yibo they lie. They don't talk true now. Wow, good on. 4 lines are open, Jerry. Make a collect on our calls, them and reactions. So inside the matter, go continue with this gossip them as they go on. I have you can join straight from the link waiting for the pinned post, and you go enter inside the studio direct, or you call the WhatsApp line 0817 029 4077. 0817 029 4077. Now the number to call to join us for Inside Studio. I have Mr. Mop in the studio. Mr. Mop, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mr. Mop, are you in the gym? Okay, you know the gym today.
No, I'm here.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Go
How
ahead,
are you?
shoot. Sir?
Yeah, thank you, Precious. Nice to see you again. It's a lot of news going on in Nigeria. Okay, so
Thank
let me
you.
start
I
with.
never even go half. I never even go half for the news. I say make I just swallow saliva. Make I let people talk. Go ahead.
So let's start with the JAM exam. Okay.
I know say that
I
jam
was
go touch you
I
well.
was very painful about what actually happened.
Mm.
I'm going to reserve my judgment for now.
Mm.
Until they actually do their investigation. I don't
They
want.
don't do them now. They don't
I
find that.
mean,
They don't.
I wanted
They
to.
go, they go redo the exam for. They don't already bring up people who go redo
Yeah,
the
yeah.
exam.
Let me finish.
Okay.
I wanted to go on ethnic coloration to this. I mean, in my mind, it's very cynical. But let me reserve my judgment until actually the investigation complete. Then, but it smell is it smell like it smell like some ethnic coloration. But I don't want to make it. I don't want to make that category right now because if you look at what actually happened, I mean, is it coincident that the whole southeasterners was affected? And I have another information that the part that was affected in Lagos is like Festac area, where it's predominant Igbos. Forget about it. I know there's a Yoruba guy that died, okay. So, but this guy came here and made some mockery of him, the man in charge of the education, and was, I mean, if Nigeria is a
Because
free
at that
country,
time, you remember that at that time he made that statement. Jambi never
right?
try, they never push, they never investigate the results. Now, after the investigation and the truth come out, at that time, the Minister for Education, has already done that interview where he praised the exams now because of say they cut exam malpractice. So it come make and look like say people they passed before because say they do exam malpractice. But go ahead.
Yeah. Let me start from the Minister of Education. I think that statement he made was very insidious, because if you really look at that statement he make it sound like, you know, they put something, they put something to avoid any kind of cheating. Maybe a particular region has been cheating. This is how I read it, in my own opinion. So they try to avoid that. So the people that, because of that, a lot of people in that region failed. That's what I think. You need to come on and apologize. But let me talk about this guy that make a mockery of himself, the person in charge of the register or whatever, Mr. Oyelede or whatever they call him. I mean, right, that man needed, he doesn't even need, I mean, what kind of crocodile cry? That man needed to resign in a same country. You don't have to wait for the president to sack him or whatever.
But how
You
many
need to
people don't resign
resign.
for what they do for this country?
Yes, precious, somebody
Sir?
died. You need to resign. Is it the first time? People wasting money before. Haven't we seen them crying, and nothing happened to them? Nigeria is a very, very terrible country. I hate to say it. But anyway, what I'm trying to say, that man needed to resign. He needed to resign right away. We doesn't have to wait for the president to come and sack him or any other thing. All he was doing was a crocodile tear. I don't feel pity for him. And I don't believe, if it is a glitch like they claim to be, okay, let them give us the data. I don't believe anything they said until you actually do their investigation. And you said the House of Representatives has set up an investigation, right?
Yes,
Am I right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
They need to bring it out to the public and show the data where there's a manufacturing that caused the glitch in that part of the country.
So that the
It's something
contractors,
about the
remember saying that the
Southeast.
contractors' fault too. You know that this thing, government does not handle it itself. Now people did the
Okay,
contractor.
but it doesn't matter. The technology is there. If there's a glitch, this will happen during the election. If there's a glitch, they need to bring it out for us to see before they can be vindicated. And there's something I noticed, Precious. Even about in the last few years, there has been a competition among the state, among the region, who is performing better. So that may be where this is emancipated. Are they trying to subjugate the Southeasterners? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to pass my judgment until actually they give us the data. But if they don't give us the data, then I will say they are trying to sabotage the Southeasterners. I will make it. I will miss word on that. So that's how I feel about that. I wait until
I did very sad. It's very painful and sad that at this age and time that Nigeria they battle this kind of thing, and it did more painful. Say, I'm sorry, I don't know of any other administration, but now inside this Bola Tinubu administration, I don't see. Say we don't. They even more divided along ethnic lines. Any small thing will
exactly.
happen. We go think am towards ethnicity. Any small things will happen because I feel say it to say President Bola Tinubu do the right things about the people then we be say start this ethnic agenda we deal within a circle when they start them. People for no they misinterpret all of these things when it can eventually. For instance, if the MC Oluomo's Iyashikudi was not trivialized and made a joke like it doesn't matter, but then Igbo people were actually killed because so people died because of sit at telling them not to vote for some people in Lagos State. People actually died. I mean, Prince Francis Chilaka has stated here that his neighbor died because he chased him and told him, "You're not voting in this Lagos State." And he died because he had a heart attack and died. So people died because of it. So if people could die because of that until today, the president did not deem it fit to say that I am not in support of that particular thing will happen. As person when be saying I be the leader of the boys for the Lagos. Come and say this thing will happen. Where be say people they tell people say because you're from this tribe, don't come out and vote. I'm not in support of that. That's not what I teach people. At least exonerate yourself first. Come up for the he's not made any single statement to that effect till today. And then over time, oftentimes we know when he be saying only buy Ononoga and Ajuri Ngelali being spokespersons. We not really hear Ajuri gets make statements we get ethnic coloration as much as Bayo Ononoga, right? But Bayo oftentimes, even to the extent that he was quoted as saying that he's never going to stop his bigotry to the Igbos. That statement is still out there. He was quoted. And Bayo has never at any time refuted any of those. And neither has the president himself come out to say that, look, the statements made by my spokesperson no represent within me, they think. Because if person will be presidential spokesperson talk something, it is interpreted that it is the president who said it. Why? Because that spokesperson are the mouthpiece of the president. I don't know whether you get me. If he makes that statement with his official handle, it means that invariably I am passing a message across from the president. That means not the president's statement. And if Bayo still remains one of the president's favorite spokesperson, could that mean that Bayo they speak in mind and I'm waiting to make it still leave him there? You understand? And all of these things, it is very painful because since that time, any small thing will happen. I don't know whether you notice the tension across social media. Any single thing will happen. You go see the divide, you go see the sharp divide. It's either Igbos are accusing Yorubas or Yorubas are accusing Igbos, or Yorubas and Hausas are joining together to accuse Igbos, or Hausas and Yorubas. It's just crazy. Sometimes it make me the fear to be a Nigerian. It's scary. I don't know how we got to this level where we'll have to hate ourselves, forgetting that we're all intermarried. We have children from each of these ethnic, we join together, we be mixed breed. In fact, it don't be so painful that I don't see Yorubas we talk, say, oh, any Yoruba person, any man will be say marry a Yoruba woman, make it no contest for election because no one made Yoruba children be our first children. That thing has been going on. Do you understand? They started it on the Ibadan case. They said, and nobody is saying anything about this. And the president should come. I think President Bola Tinubu should come out and tell Nigerians that all those things, where those Ronu, if they're waiting, they call them, they talk, that it doesn't represent his opinion. You cannot lead a country that is divided against itself, and you say you want to unite us. It is really painful for this kind of thing to happen. And it is too petty. That's small things be this. Too petty when we should be talking about development and real dividends of democracy. See what we talk about? Ethnicity. You from here. Now your parts are bit thief pass. Now your parts they do drug pass. Now your parts it's maddening, I beg. Sorry, no vex. No vex. Make I no come out talk for your mouth. It makes me
it's
really
okay.
cry. I feel bad
I mean,
about
everything you said is correct. I mean, I witnessed what happened during the election. What MC Oloma did, and they tried to cover it up, says, Madam Tukwidi and all that kind of nonsense. I mean, Bayo Ononuga speak for the president. So let's make it clear. It's not anything. Everything that he say is behalf of the president. So all this ethnic, all those ethnic, bigotry has been, already on the TV or whatever. Represent the president. Anything Bayo Ononuga. So let's call it what it is. Let me tell you, Precious. I grew up in Lagos. I went to school in Lagos. Yeah, I grew up in Lagos. I'm more of a Lagosian than an Igbo. So during my time, we never. I don't even know there's any kind of division of the kind of tribalism.
So what is
I'm not
it
saying
now? So what's it bring about this issue now?
I never. I didn't experience it. I grew up in Surulere, like I said, close to the national, the former national stadium. Anyway, yeah, that's where I grew up. It never happened through my time. I don't really know what happened. But right now, in this dispensation, it has gotten worse under Tinubu. You have a leader who does not even speak to the problem of Nigeria. There's no way a country is going to function when you have lack of when you have no security. You have poverty. I mean, there's no unity in the country. It doesn't matter what kind of inflation. They claim that inflation has gone down from 23.5
It never reflects on market, so it never reflects on market, so
1%.
I say it has not even reflected in the market. It hasn't even reflected in
forget about what the British
goods.
Commissioner. Pressure, let me tell you, this is what the Western do. Forget about what the British Commission said. It's part of imperialism. They are trying to, they are benefiting from our country. I mean, they go up, they go down. This is how imperialism works. This Western country, they don't mean anywhere for African countries, particularly a country like Nigeria. But anyway, I don't want to dwell on that. Let me use my time left to speak about the data guy. So that's, I wasn't surprised when I saw that because they kept quiet. I know they was going to try to get the girl somewhere. I think her name is Otebo or whatever they call her name. And they said the girl was a brilliant student.
Yes.
So how can he just fail in the final exam? It's very suspicious. There must be some suspicious manipulation that goes there. Let's call it what it is. Can it just be coincidence? This is exactly what happened. Whenever they're going to try to repay you back, this is exactly what they did to this guy, So I'm done with that one. We talk about what Tinubu is trying to do about hiring all these forest guide or whatever
yes,
to go to the
forest
forest.
guards. And the fact that terrorists are not feeding babies to their dogs. Very sad.
I had you. So Pressure, let me ask you, How are they going to, all these foreign guys, how are they going to go to North and fight all these terrorists with drone and, I mean, where may technology more than our military? Maybe that can happen in the South to a certain degree. They can alleviate the situation, but not in the North. The terrorists has more better equipment. I don't know who is supporting them than our military. And you will tell me a forest guy is going to go there and do something? Tinubu is not doing anything to, it's just an illusion to say like he's doing something. He's not doing anything. I mean,
Thank you.
the man spend most of his time sleeping, you know,
Stop it.
spend
I
most of
don't
his
know
time
about that.
sleeping. Yes, he's not doing anything. The man is incapable, okay? He's inefficient. So let me call it what
That's
it is.
your opinion. That's your
Anyway,
opinion.
yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
my opinion, okay?
Thank
All right.
Thank you so
All
much. I
right.
appreciate you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello?
Okay, hi,
Yes,
yeah, hi, Precious.
yes,
Yeah,
please. You're
okay.
welcome. You're on now. Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to add some. I was yesterday. I mentioned, I talked about the deep ethnic divide and
Wallahi,
how
that thing
it's
is painful.
dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell you. So it's good. Like I like to have this forum so that people can
Express themselves.
their
Yes.
experience. So let me tell you my own story. My dad, I'm Igbo, so my dad, he fought in the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was forced and he was conscripted. And then even some of his classmates, they died in the war front. And then he was one of those lucky ones that survived. And then he ended up in Unilag and he studied engineering. He really suffered because, after the war, we didn't have money. My grandfather was laid off from his job. And it took a lot of time before my grandfather got reabsorbed.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad, he really suffered in university, but eventually he graduated. And, he studied engineering. And he was in the pioneer set of those people who worked at a Jakarta Steel Company. You understand?
Okay.
And these people were sent to India and Russia.
Okay. You would help me summarize? Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, very quick. And now in 1990, they brought one guy like that, Captain Umoru.
Okay.
And this guy, he came, and this man, in one night, they retrenched almost 90% of the Igbo engineers in that steel company.
Only the Igbos.
I'm telling you this, mostly Igbos. If maybe they target other ethnicity, if they didn't like you. But the men, I know the full story because this thing plunged most Igbo families then into, poverty. Because it meant that once they retrenched you, you have to leave the house, everything. So some people, they targeted the man and the wife. My family were lucky. It was just my mother had started working like a few months before that. So our home, we had to just move to like a smaller apartment. But there were so many families that were thrown into poverty. Even the family dynamics, they couldn't stay together again. Like my family affected the dynamics. My dad was not always all over the place hunting for one job. All these private jobs, they will come, they will break until eventually he passed away. So these are kind of things that are happening to many evil people in one place or the other. So that's the things when I tell you about how deep this hate runs. Now, this this exclamation. Let me tell you, if you come to the United States, where I stay, Igbos and Yoruba people have different meetings. There is no meeting where you will go and see Igbos and Yorubas like equally represented.
Are you serious? You guys are not Nigerians when you go abroad. You're not Nigerians. I bet it's only Nigerians that do that abroad, because I'm sure other tribes or other countries will have their meetings as people of that country and not as ethnic nationals, as it were.
Sir? I'm challenging and tell people to call and refute this thing I'm saying. If you go to all the states, Igbos have their own meeting. Even they call it a Nigerian meeting. If you go there, it's either predominantly Igbos or it's predominantly Yorubas. Because what happens is when they come, if you're speaking, you go there, see these people, they just like, this is not our thing, and they will go and form their own. It's not like you don't have Igbos and Yorubas marrying, but there you just have this mistrust. I'm telling you, even when you go to look for a work here in the United States, if you jam some ethnic group, you better run, because that hate from Nigeria is transported to this place. So
Bizarre.
that's when you see this thing, people saying there's job, there's opportunity outside. It's because when you come here, there are other people that will look beyond your ethnicity and all those things and give you a chance.
But no vex, so make I ask you a question, my brother. But you people will expect the people that you went to their country to treat you like human beings, Abi. But meanwhile, you hate yourselves. No vex.
Okay. Well, so see the thing. You know, that's the thing I was telling about Nigeria. That's why we should go our separate place, because you can you see human beings. You can raise and nurture and socialize human beings to be very excellent and wonderful people, tolerant. You can also raise and nurture them to be people who are full of hate and bigotry. Now, how far this thing runs, you can't control it. The way Nigeria is, because we've not done the right thing, people have that hate and bigotry and they carry it. That's why Nigeria is not working. If Nigeria was working in a fair country, then abroad, those things won't matter. But if you're abroad here now, you're looking at this other man, you say, okay, here in America, you want to criticize the West. My personal example, I have people that want to discuss maybe racism or something. But these same people, you don't see how tribalistic they are in Nigeria. You see them supporting bad governance just on...
Is it not in that same abroad that you pull that Chinese or Indians will bring in their brothers? They will be plenty in one room. Is it not that your same abroad? Why are they not doing ethnicity?
No, the truth is that even among Indians, so they have their own, but even among white people, there's always...
I know, but it may not just be as bad as ours, especially if you're from the same country.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Even among Igbos, we have, there's divide everywhere, but it's how destructive it is. That's the thing.
Thank you so much. This is really sick. Anyway, it's really really sick. Really, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Really makes me cringe. Honestly, I don't know why we have to hate ourselves. How do you even hate a human being you cannot create in the first place? It's very annoying. How do you hate a human being that you cannot create? I don't know how this can work. Well, please just put in your offering. Kindly like and share. That's your offering on this show. So make sure say you like and share. Make we continue to move forward, right? So that we'll move the ministry reach and permanent site. Moving on to other conversations. I still have quite a lot of conversations I've not touched. I'm trying to see if I can touch as many of them as possible. Oh, I told you earlier today that the police today, Thursday, rearranged controversial social media influencer Martins Oste, popularly known as Very Dark Man, before the Federal High Court in Abuja for allegedly cyber bullying Nollywood actresses Iyaboju and Tonto Dike. Now, the social activist is also accused of cyberbullying Nigerian producer and singer Samuel Uguachuba, popularly called Sam Clef, among others. Now, VDM was also rearranged before Justice Musa Lehman on a 5-count charge to which he pleaded not guilty. You recall that VDM first arraigned, I think, in May 22, 2024, and then you don't get series of other cases going on there. So, and naturally, besides, social media has been agog with this conversation. Reps moved to make voting compulsory for Nigerians. So, because of we spoke about electoral reforms yesterday, right? And I told you guys that watch out for some changes in electoral reform, especially as the BC INEC don't transmit some ideas and suggestions go give on a National Assembly. When National Assembly don't come out, come talk and say, yeah, they won't make it compulsory for everybody with the up to voting age to feel vote. So make it compulsory. So that if you say you will not vote during the election, you are now failing the law. Do you understand? So it is now by force to vote. Okay. So that is already on. A bill to demand the Electoral Act, to amend the Electoral Act 2022 to make voting compulsory for Nigerians of voting age has passed second reading in the House of Representatives. The proposed legislation was sponsored by Speaker Tajuddin Abbas and Daniel Ago. Leading in the debate during plenary today, Thursday, Ago said the bill aimed at encouraging citizens' participation in the electoral process, noting that voter apathy during elections will be addressed if the bill scales legislative scrutiny. Say if the fit push and finish, say people not going to run away, come up for inside the election again. We could just end them there. And then Senate tells Tinubu to sign forest security bill to address insecurity and kidnapping. Alarmed by the rising cases of insecurity and kidnapping across the country, the Senate has urged President Bola Tinubu to sign the Nigerian Forest Security Service Establishment Bill 2025 into law. Now, the bill, which was recently passed by the National Assembly, is currently awaiting presidential assent, and lawmakers believe it would significantly enforce or enhance, efforts to tackle insecurity, especially in rural and forest areas prone to criminal activities, so that people for Benue State and maybe Plateau State go fit enter their forest, go farm without anybody doing anything to them. But let me quickly attend to this call and get back to more updates. Excuse me. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, Ma.
Precious.
Ma.
Precious. Good evening. This
Good
is
evening,
Laura.
Laura. Hi. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Please, I want to plead with you that if you have the time, maybe one of these days or weekend or something, please try invite Professor Chidi Odinkalo.
Okay.
Because you see that thing I said the first day I called on your show that my fear and my focus is not 2027. I'm sorry, Tinubu has it in his back pocket. There are slim exceptions, but Nigerians right now, the frame of the country, the opposition leader, we are not yet in the frame of mind of the people who can bring Tinubu down. You get? I'm not saying he will win the election. I'm saying he will be announced the winner. That's what I'm saying. I just finished listening to a part recording from Mindset Space because I'm no longer on Twitter. I've deleted my Twitter account because Nigerians are not serious. I cannot be wasting my time.
Why?
Oh, I will tell you. Okay. When you listen, I will try and send you the link maybe over the weekend from that, or you just go on Ned Media. He did a tiny cut of a slice of that conversation. So he's done two. The latest, the one he did today, if you try and listen to Prof. Odinkalo's recording, the one he did, is it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I don't agree with all of his points, but the one he did today, I agree with Professor Chidi Odinkalo. The only thing, he said Tinubu will not organize an election whereby another person will be declared a winner. Because Tinubu did not win the first election. He didn't need to win. He just needed you people to participate. Right? So, this one, he has the Supreme Court, he has the DSS, he has INEC, he has the National Assembly. Every organ of government that produces a government and keeps the government in power is inside his pocket. Not his front pocket, inside the breast pocket of his inner jacket, of his inner suit. So you are not taking it for him. The slim exception, the tiny, tiny slim exception, is that the people leading the opposition and Nigerians have come to the point of what the coalition did in 2015.
Which is?
When they said, in other words, they so seized the government in power, Jonathan's government, by the jugular. They hired, they did a couple of things, but let me go through a few of them. Number one, they were lobbying seriously in Washington.
Of course they did. And just, I don't know if did you listen to Hundein when he was here the day before yesterday or so?
Yes, I did. Okay. I listened. I didn't join live. I think I listened later or towards the end live. Okay. But my point is they were multifaceted. But you see what really brought Jonathan down was when they said, if we win this election and INEC declares Jonathan winner, we'll form a
parallel government. I don't even know how I forgot that. Yes.
This set of people on the scene right now, they are not ready. As even the North, they are playing games. Do you know why I say the North is playing games?
No, please.
Many of them are willing to bid the 4 years, excluding these 2 years. They are willing to bid the 4 years until 2021 and say, Shebi, to come to us. What will bring them to the table to put aside religion and ethnicity is when they realize in 2031 that when Tinubu is sworn in 2027, I didn't say when Tinubu contests 2027, no, I've gone past that. See, there are certain people, we have gone past that stage. When Tinubu is sworn in, as a Peter Obi supporter, I'm saying it, when Tinubu is sworn in in 2027.
Mm-hmm.
The entire Senate, the entire House of Assembly, and the entire state houses of assembly necessary for a constitutional change to give him a third term. He will have everything. He will have the third of state assembly, state house of assembly to give him to pass this thing. And I was listening to Professor Chidon Kalu, and he said that is his focus, that he's not interested in 2027, that it is 2021. He knows that Tinubu is going for a third tenure. And all this, you see all these things that they are doing. The last time I called your station, if you remember, I said that I was thinking about that thing, only for me to listen to Radio Info FM, and I heard Mr. Jimmy Disu saying the same thing, that if this man wins 2027, he wasn't even using the word if. He said, immediately he saw the governor of Delta State become, he said, forget that this man is going to be declared the winner in 2027. And that is not his biggest fear. Tinubu being declared 2027 winner. It is the fact that once it comes in that 2027, he will have sufficient lawmakers to extend the constitution and to give himself a third tenure constitutionally. When we all sat back and we allowed the Senate a voice vote in Mali, from Mali to Senegal, once you do anything like taking, the eyes have it, for something that had to be 2/3. Any government that gets 2/3 is a constitution. And we did not hit the streets the next day. We were finished. That point, Tinubu told himself on that day that he can get his third tenure. That day was the day Tinubu got his third tenure. That day. Because if you go and look through, if you go on Ned Media and you listen to the excerpt he took for 2 days ago, you will see Professor Chidon Kalu going through step by step what happened in Mali, what happened in Burkina Faso, what happened in Senegal, different West African countries, our neighbors all around. When leaders did things that were constitutionally wrong, you are running with an opposition, the opposition wins, but you declare yourself winner, instantly the people hit the streets. The North is still playing games because they're like, let's beat our time. When Tinubu is done, it's not 2031, we'll come at it. It is when they will now recognize in 2031 that the man has extended the constitution and he's not leaving. And then it dawns on them that power ain't coming back to them 2031. That is when they will wake up. See, that is when we will get to the brink. 2020, not 2020, 2031 is when the tenure will finish. So look at that 2020, 2030, 2029, 2030. Predict that is when there will be a revolution. Please mark it today that somebody called 6 years earlier. That is when there will be a revolution. I promise you. Then the North will realize that this guy is staying and power ain't coming to us based on the North-South rotation. Everybody's eyes will be clear. There will be unity of purpose. There's a word Professor Chidon Kalu used in this video I just finished listening to. He said, when the opposition and the rest of the country, Nigerians, are ready to bring the country to the brink. In other words, the president sees that, see, if I dare, if I go on.
So you think so? Just hold on. Do you think that if the president perhaps may be nursing this idea, that he does not know that he would be vehemently opposed to if he dares it?
There's something that David Hundeyin says, that Tinubu has this ideology. What money cannot do, money would. And because Nigerians have proven to him that they are one of the most selfish people on the surface of the earth, that they will sell their soul for money, that they will leave Professor Shibanjo and give him the primaries. Tinubu knew he could buy Nigeria.
But it's not Nigerians that gave him the primaries now. Not be Nigerians now.
He could buy the APC.
Okay, go ahead. So that is why we need good electoral reforms now. Especially from the selection process.
We are not at the brink. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So, you see, Jonathan came to the point where it was clear that if he stayed in power, it would become the case of what happened in Gambia, what happened in Ivory Coast, where the African Union has to tell the president that lost the election that, guy, I know INEC has declared you, but you have to go. The opposition was ready to shut down. And I know when I say shut down, I mean guns.
Oh, we all knew that. We all knew that. So that is why it's even funny that that's why it's funny for this administration to, I mean, for the DSS to write to Patutomi about his shadow government, because people say, wait, on a threatening to form parallel. See, say most people don't even understand the difference between parallel government and shadow government. People don't even understand. On a threatening to form parallel government, that is another government inside government. People don't even understand that. So I saw people posting it on Twitter and social media. They were trying to compare, oh, you people were the first people that started the shadow government. I'm like, can you not see that their own is worse? Their own are parallel governments, side by side governments. I mean, get another meaning. And then this one.
One of the reasons I left Twitter is the level of discourse is like primary school. The people are so weak mentally. And when you see the educational system is so bad. So the level of, I feel sorry for a lot of Nigerian women. I'm sorry to say it. The quality of what they have to marry, I feel sorry for them.
It's disturbing.
No. I'm going to be blunt like Professor Chidi.
But the women in call, are the women any better? That's another thing you say.
Most of the women are equally useless. This lady on TVC News that does my view, what's her name?
Morayo.
About 2 years ago, Morayo, I was watching a video and she was saying that whether she went or somebody else went there for one of these private universities, they were doing their graduation. And I don't know if this woman is the chancellor of the university, Ibuku Awoshika, right? Miss Ibuku Awoshika. So she was I don't know if they say she was on the stage or she was sitting close to them, either herself or somebody. They say, I don't know if it's her or somebody, let me not quote her wrongly. Somebody said, in other words, they kept calling best student for every course. Best graduating student, this. Everybody female. They say, I don't know if it's how somebody else, person now said, I think they said it in Yoruba, who will marry all these our daughters? Because it's the same. Precious,
can I blow you? See, Laura, you see this thing where you raise, do am again, I beg. Because it will cause disaster for a lot of families. I know women who are married, medical doctors, brilliant women who are suffering in their marriages because they can't live because of what the society's got to say. And they are staying there, but they are in pain because you don't like say the reasoning between them and their husband are like between the I don't know how to explain them. Very parallel. And I'm like, why did you even get married in the first place? Did you not see that?
Many of them are married to men who don't have similar values. There is a big discussion. I don't want to dive.
Let's not even go there because this is a different kettle of fish entirely.
Similar thing is happening in America and even in the UK because a lot of men is a big social issue. So I'm not really critiquing Nigerian men. I'm just saying generally women are doing better. Women are getting education, especially in the West. It's a big issue in America. It's a very, very big issue. Big issue because a lot of women, some women are even choosing not to marry again. They're just going to have kids because a lot of men are choosing not to go to school. Let's just put down because the causes are different.
I beg, just focus on the conversation we have today here because that matter cannot end
this. One of the reasons I deleted my Twitter account and I walked away is because even the violence space where yes, the discussion can be a bit elevated and better and more intelligent. See, Precious, I went to a federal government college. If I tell you the people that were around me, the reasoning was, when you get into it, when they say a one-eyed man is a
king in the land of the blind.
Because I came from a state school in my GSS when I transferred to a federal government college, and I went from first position to seventh position in federal government college. But it's no position. The intellect. Sometimes I go online, I just go and look for some of the people that we went to school together with. One person is doing fantastically well as a doctor, rising very far in a hospital in the UK. I checked someone a few days ago. The person is now something in Shell, other head of something intelligence and reporting for Shell, the entire Shell in the UK. I checked another person. This person is now a doctor, a specialist doctor at Johns Hopkins University. I check another person, maybe that one is like a lecturer.
Please kindly help me make it quick so that others can speak.
Let me wrap up. Let me wrap up, Precious.
Yes, please.
When I sat and and I listen to the discourse amongst those categories of people, the conversation, whether it was political or otherwise, is different. So when you listen to someone like Professor Chidi Kalu, when you listen to people like Jimmy Disu, these are people who went to good secondary schools that gave you what we call objective reasoning. If you go on Twitter, there are very few people like that who have concrete objective reasoning, who can see far what Tinubu is doing. The same Tinubu, when they were running against Jonathan, he went to America and brought a tactical media strategist who ran Obama's campaign, who ran the media team of
We knew about that then, yes.
That guy's name is Dr. Axelrod. Something Axelrod. My point is, when I look at the current whether it's the obedient, and I'm not condemning the obedient movement. I participated, I gave the little I could, but I will not be doing it 2027 because I don't want to flush money down the drain, and especially because from every indication, job numbers in the UK, everything points that we're headed for a recession. So I would rather shore up my finances and prepare myself. But generally, Nigeria 2027, my hands are washed off. The entire
Laura, you're not going to say that. You're going to be discouraging a lot of Nigerians because I still
I'm not discouraging
no.
people.
I believe there is a window.
Okay, Precious,
there is a
let me
window,
land
and we
here.
can get it right.
There's a way Professor Chidi Kalu said it the day before yesterday, and I said no, I disagree with you. What did I disagree with when he said Peter Obi or Atiku must be the one to lead protest? I said no, and I have my reasons. We all know the angle of things and all that, but let's put that to one side. The second side of what I then agreed with him for today is the opposition as well as Nigerians they've not demonstrated that dexterity to bring Nigeria to the brink where Jonathan looked and said, whether it's on the international scene, whether it's locally, if I say I'm going to stand my ground, this country will end up in a Sudan situation. The current people on the scene, as well as Nigerians, have not demonstrated that we are willing to bring the brink to say, Tinubu, we will fight you, but if we finish and you declare yourself, it is going to be a burning down. We will declare parallel government. We will end if we talk. You know that thing where Esther said in the Bible that I will go to the king. If I perish, I perish. We have not. Nigerians as a people are still waiting for Peter Obi and Atiku, billionaires whose third and fourth generation are sorted out to lead the protest. Nigerians will come to the point during the second term of Tinubu where a basket of rice will not be affordable for a family of 4. Now people are talking of bag. Wait, let Tinubu come in the second one. The country will be worse than Burkina Faso. Nigerians will be in such dire straits that Tinubu will announce a third term. You see all this begging, will be begging people to enter the street. They will come to the brink. That is when all that revolution and TV Joshua prophesied that some key people spoke of, that is when it will happen. At this time, Nigerians are still comfortable. And Precious, do you know why that is when the revolution will come? Because the rest of the West, where the diaspora keeps sending money, the diaspora would have been severely impacted by because all the key people like Warren Buffett, when I say that a recession is coming, I'm not picking out from the thin air. People like Warren Buffett that have liquidated a lot of their stocks, moved it to cash, moved it to gold, and all that stuff. I saw your program you did on gold. Well done about that, Precious. Let me wrap up with this, Precious. Every key person who controls major stocks and all that are all preparing themselves, their firms, for a recession. Job numbers came out in the UK and it has dropped. The British government has announced that they need to drop about 10% of the public workforce. Precious, any time you see a Western top 10 government cutting 12,000 jobs from the public service, I mean, Precious, look at it now. If federal government cut 12,000 jobs, people go enter streets for Nigeria. Forget all this when they say they don't want protest. For the British government to be cutting 12,000 jobs, what are they preparing for? They already know that the unemployment, they have their forecasts. They know where the economy is going.
Thank you, Laura.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the diaspora people who are supporting the economy now, that's making Nigerians stuff to come out, even them, by that time, would have been impacted. Diaspora remittances will go. Trump is saying he will tax diaspora remittance. So we're headed for a perfect storm. But this 2027, The only thing that will make me say, oh, these people are serious, Nigerians, the people leading the opposition, is when they come to the point where they forget this shadow government. Shadow government is nothing. Shadow government is, we are going to be providing alternatives. They've not demonstrated that they are willing to, from a parallel government, lobby in Washington, lobby in London, bring the country to the brink of Sudan. Then I will say they are serious. For now, neither the opposition nor Nigerians are serious, and not a dime of my money will be involved.
Thank you, Laura. Trust me, we'll have this conversation in 2027, inshallah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Whoops. Oh, okay. It's always, by the way, exciting to hear Laura talk and with the passion and love that she's got for Nigeria. And I do hope that, I do believe that Nigeria will definitely get to that place we want it to be. And I believe the Nigerians will be ready. It's scary though, but we'll go reach there. Phone lines are open. You can still call in to drop your thoughts and your reactions on the conversations. As we move to other issues very quickly, let's see where I stopped in that conversation. Okay, so talking about 2027, I told you that WOSO has declared ADC as Nigeria's coalition party. Oh, I don't want to talk, say we need it serious, but it's okay. So ADC is now the coalition party. One time na SDP, now na ADC. So which one will come choose now, since we don't get two coalition party now? The national chairman of the African Democratic Congress, Ralph Mose, has announced ADC as Nigeria's coalition party in preparation for the 2027 election. Make I just stop and there, make I just turn on. I say they need to use and use fight commot government for power because a lot of stuff going on. Okay. All right. And then there's been this subtle war between Bala Mohammed and Foreign Affairs Minister Toga, because Toga don't talk. So you remember when it was said that the deputy governor of Bauchi State slapped Minister Toga? Yeah. So Toga now is saying that it's because it's long standing. I mean, he gave a bit of details of what happened. That Bala Mohammed had mind to insult his dead father and insulted him. Insulted me. So the incident reportedly took place on April 19 during Vice President Kashim Shettima's visit to Bauchi State. I told you guys about that time. And the Deputy Governor Jatao slapped the minister during a bus ride from Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa International Airport to the Emir of Bauchi's palace. Now, in an interview with the BBC host, Tuga clarified the circumstances, saying the dispute originated when Governor Bala Mohammed, not his deputy, insulted him. He said, we were traveling in a vehicle accompanied. Bottom line, make I just end up there. Let me not bore you guys with their wahala. They'll be all right. They're friends. But moving on, Yakubu Gowon, former military head of state, has said that despite the democracy flaws, even though say democracy not too good at all, say that's still the best thing we will go ever get. Say because you know why? Say if you think anything will not be democracy, you know go work. Say could work at all. He said the era of military rule should never return to Nigeria. Say my military not even think at all. Military is gone. Now the head, he said this while introducing, a book. But bottom line, I just have that in mind that anything we get to do with military, digging. He also, of course, reminisced over the Biafra War and all of those issues. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Sir?
Good evening, Precious.
Thank you. Welcome. What's your name, sir, and where are you calling from?
My name is Comrade Maureen.
Comrade, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much for your good job. Thank you for your efforts.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your tenacity and, for your courage.
Thank you, sir.
Each time I say courage, you're always comfortable with that.
I know they did comfortable. Yeah, they do like say once NDSS coming to me. Go ahead.
It takes courage to do what you are doing.
Thank you.
I want to react quickly to what the last speaker said. She said a lot of things and she made a lot of valid points. And I could also see on the comment section people saying it's not possible for Tinubu to have a third term. And they are giving you reasons. They are era. I want to quickly people that are comparing this time with the time of Obasanjo. Number one, it was difficult for Obasanjo to even get the first tenure was arranged for him. He just came out of prison. They already arranged. He was not even willing. When they approached him the first time, he was not ordinarily interested. They gave him time to think about it. He came back to them to say, okay, he was ready, but the finance wasn't there. So, okay, forget about it. So it was an orchestrated, arrangement, well-orchestrated arrangement for Obasanjo. So, because of what happened to Abiola, I don't go into all that, it is already aware. So, the Yoruba people ordinarily prefer Olufalaye. If you gave you gave them opportunity to choose who they wanted, it would have been Olufalaye. So, the first tenure was given to him. And he made an article with deputy.
Absolutely.
The governors, most of the governors, PDP governors then, were behind the article. So it was actually difficult for Obasanjo to have his second tenure. At a point, authorities have it that he was kneeling down from one governor to the other, you know, like the Boris of this world, the Haji Kalus of this world. He knelt down for article.
Remember that is still one of the reasons why he had issues with the LMACs and still the Boris of this world. So just go ahead, please.
I have that story, but I don't want to go into that story. I have somebody that was close to LMAC that gave me exactly what really happened. What happened to LMAC wasn't because of corruption. I'm not saying it wasn't corrupt, but it wasn't actually because of corruption. Because other governors were corrupt too. So let's go. Time will not permit me to dive into those historical perspectives. But those that are saying it's not possible, there are two different scenarios. In terms of Obasanjo, the Senate was more vibrant. We had a vibrant Senate. You know, I'm not saying they were angels. I'm not saying they were perfect. You can't compare it to what the rubber stamp we have right now. If Tinubu wants to sign Nigeria, Akpabio is ready to sign. Don't just Akpabio. He has almost all of them in his pocket. So I hope he doesn't dream of it. If he dreams about it, if he talks about it, he's going to get it. For those that are saying it's not possible, Nigeria is bigger than this. If Nigerians could allow Tinubu to do what he did in Port Harcourt, and nobody protested, and nobody is complaining about it, and people are just talking and they're allowing him to have his way. If he dares to have a third term, he will get it. And if the Senate, I come back to the caliber of governors we have. The governor forum of then, of the 1999, between 1999 and 2003, I mean, they were more vibrant, they were tactful, they were more purposeful. If they cough, if they sneeze, Nigeria will catch cold. We're more organized, not the ones you have today.
But even even Amechi said it that if it were when they were, you know, in charge, that couldn't have even happened. That they would challenge the president. Of course, we know that Amechi was one of those who told to ousting Jonathan. So we all knew that. Go ahead.
Most of us have been around for too long. We are old enough to know. Well, it's not what we read from books. We experience it. So, for those that are tapping on the comment section, they will get it. Except he doesn't want it. Maybe probably age is not on his side. He feels he has gotten enough from Nigeria. He has looted enough from Nigeria. He just wants to go and rest. And he will hand over to one of his stooges, maybe from the north. That's the only thing. If he dares it, he will get it. And again, you come to... where is your opposition? Opposition is nowhere. The only way I disagree with the last caller, he made a very valid point. And again, like the normal Nigerian, when somebody now suggested, he now contradicted Oji Kalu when he said somebody has to lead the opposition. I called him the other time to say, any protest without any political figure, if there is no centered around any political figure, we end up like the NSAS because to be lacking direction. With the leader that will come, the political leader, a strong opposition that will lead the next movement, you know, we give it direction and sense of purpose. Other than that, it will end up like the NSAS. The NSAS ended the way it ended because it was not built and centered around any political figure. And there was no aim to capture political power. That was how it ended. If he has direction, if he has leadership, purposeful leadership, the NSAS was a huge success. People might disagree with me, but that is what, that's my own opinion. For people to say it will not achieve, this mafia will not achieve totem, if he doesn't want it, he doesn't want it. But if he wants to, if he dares it, it's just a matter of changing the law. He will come up with one thing like, let's reverse our parliamentary system of government. That will now be maybe a kind of system for each region or something, and it will start from him. That's it. It's just a matter of changing the constitution. When you have the rights of Akpabio, you have this kind of a House of Representatives and these governors and the House of Assemblies that are puppets who will get whatever he wants. And the only way I disagree with the last speaker, when it comes to who is going to lead the opposition, we don't have opposition right now. Let's be honest with ourselves. If you compare what we have now to what we had have brought APC to power. This is not opposition. You know, I think they're all Tinubu boys. Sorry to use that word. You talk of Akpabio, talk of Obi, talk of everybody around, you know, pretending to, even the Aero 5, pretending to be talking of opposition, they are jokers. If you see what they did, you remember there was a protest in Kaduna, they tear gas Buhari as old as he was, and Okajibo, that was one of the things that led to Okajibo's death.
Yes.
They came up with the manners of propaganda that is something they did not do. They mentioned parallel government. Nobody. I wonder what they would be telling this guy in court when they take him to court for saying shadow government. Even as far as the First Republic.
But shadow government is not even a crime now. You don't even have hands in government at all. So I don't even understand why we're interchanging them.
Talking about the shadow, that is just it's talking about opposition. And any government without opposition is bound to be tyrannic and oppressive. Even as far as for the First Republic, Chief Abolawa was known as the opposition leader. You know, there's always opposition in any sensible government. I don't know. I think they take everybody for granted. That's why they're doing what they're doing. They have no case to bring against Upatu Tommy. They just wasted their time.
Thank you.
I don't know why we are so docile. We are so tribalistic. The woman, as soon as they mention Obi, she changed her tactics. She not brought in the Igbo team. Obi has to fight if he wants to be opposition leader. Abiola was okay because.
But the woman in question, the one that called me, is not an Igbo woman. So what made you think that she changed her tactics because of Igbo?
We should stop all this. We're already defeating ourselves even before the battle starts. It's not going to help us. Abiola was not killed. Abiola was not killed because he was a Yoruba man or Igbo man or Hausa man. Abiola was killed because he stood for something and he didn't do the democracy we have today. So if Abiola was an Igbo man, they will say it's an Igbo factor. We should stop this self-defeatism even before, crossing the bridge before we get to it. Thank you and God bless you.
No wahala. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I would see how, just as Laura has suggested, how I'll try to see if I can get Oga Chidi Odinkalu to be here, because I really like us to have an open and honest conversation. And if possible, I'll also reach out to Uncle Jimmy Disu and see how I can bring them here. I want us to be continuously enlightened. Make we did know what's in the happen for our country, because an informed mind and mind will go do the right decision. Now, when you know the right thing, now you go fit take the right step, and even tell your people. For those of us away abroad, now that time I go fit tell on the people waiting they happen, because as it is, you may even get proper information. You have better access to information than a lot of your relatives in Nigeria. Even though say then they did Nigeria, you did there. But if you even get more access to better information about Nigeria, pass them. So we'll continue to fight to ensure that we get it right in this country. I'd have to retire now and then go and give you that footage of everything that played out in River State today during the town hall meeting. Just like he's saying, a lot of people in River State really talked about what happened for the say in the first place in a democracy, say nothing for make way president for take such a decision, while other people can't see the decision too as a decision where be say help maybe no impeach Fubara, because Fubara would have been impeached according to some other people that the president's decision was like a rescue mission for Fubara to stop him from impeachment, while others are looking at it like an assault to democracy. I'm going to play that to you. Everything. There were over 10-15 people spoke in that event. I go play everything where all of them talk one by one, make you understand the mindset, and then perhaps within they play at. And the way we then talk, say they feel possibly share power, if possible. Sit some to hear some wiki, sit some to Fubara. How is that even going to play out? We don't know. But it's a continuous town hall meeting, so I do hope that they will come to consensus and be a resolution at the end of the day. I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who don't join us. My name is Precious Ings. It was a pleasure to be with you to bring you all of this. If this is your first time of joining us, please like and subscribe. Click on the subscription button, please. It's not for free. It's not we need to charge you. You don't need. It's not GoTV or DSTV. It's for free. Here we share ideas and conversations we will help develop our country, because not only this country we get to call our own. So kindly like and share, and also click on the subscription button to subscribe. Let me quickly go put up that video and bring it to you. I love you guys. I see you again tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, God willing. Tomorrow evening will be the trial of Barrister Asim Adams, Prince Francis Chilaka, and Ekene Obi. It's going to be an explosive section tomorrow evening, and you don't want to miss that. Do I take this call before I go? Let's see. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Hi, this is Henry Precious.
Henry, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from California.
All right, go ahead, Henry.
Actually, there is a comment that let me just jump into the issue because you don't give me enough time to speak. Let me just jump into the issue.
Jump dive in.
There is a comment they made in Rivers State when they are talking about the election.
Which of them?
The spokesman, that is a spokesperson. You know, one of the spokespersons make a comment that in US.
Make a play again. You know, so some people come late for church. They no go know. They don't know. They be like, I go play. Just they go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. The comment that he made, it touched me.
He said even in US, people do it.
You cannot compare US election with Nigeria election. In US election, you cannot even talk to your colleagues in the office. I've been in US now, more than 14 years now. When they are doing election, you don't even talk about the election to anybody because your opponent, the person you like is not the other person. Maybe the person you are working with is not even Democrat. Are you getting me? Maybe the person you are working with is a Republican. Voting, you don't even tell anybody I want to go and vote. Did you see how strict it is? You be there, vote, you cast your vote. Nobody move from room to room for anything about US. You can't do that. Because you don't know you want to go and touch his door. Because US is not like Nigeria. When you are a citizen, you are permitted to have gun to protect yourself. It's not like Nigeria. You don't do things like the way you do this in Nigeria.
Thank you.
I just want to make that guy to know. He cannot just watch brain people. He's a politician. I think that he's exposed, but he didn't expose.
Thank you.
Secondly, I think I finished that case first. Secondly, when we talk about this professor, you see one thing in Nigeria. The second person that spoke, that lady, I forgot her name. The lady make a comment.
Hello.
One guy said that the man can come for 10 tenor. He can come for 10 tenor. Our president can come for 10 tenor. Yes. System of the government, of the politics now have changed. The game has changed. We don't have president, we have king. In Nigeria now, we don't have president. Everybody loyal to it. It's a king we have now. Kingship system we have in Nigeria. Whatever he said, the upper chamber, the lower chamber, they accept. And even the governor we have today, they are not even helping issues. They are not helping issues. Jumping to one party is not going to help us. And if you are jumping to one party, that is you don't even like the people you are serving. You don't like the people you are serving. And if the man said is coming, yes, they have already have upper hand in the judiciary. They have upper hand in the election, in the INEC. The party now, they want to turn it to one. We don't even have anybody to oppose them.
Thank you.
We just be speaking grammar.
Thank you.
On the media.
Trust me.
That is the way I saw it. It can come back unless it just need God intervention. Look at it. The professor said we want to go for protest. And the professor said it. And he's right. That is the best way to take over this government because we are dying. You cannot open your eyes. Someone will just, instead let the person continue and the person doesn't even know what to do. They're confused. We have to sanitize the system. The system really needs sanitization to remove everybody. All the bad eggs in the politicians, they need to remove them.
Thank you.
Obasanjo regime was not like this. PDP regime was not like this. They give everybody free hands to experience his own franchise.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Let me. You cannot even speak. The media, everybody, they just jack everywhere. You can't speak your mind.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Our time is fast spent.
Let me just speak this one. I can recall. Okay. You come of good luck. And we forgot that they call good luck bad luck. How many people they arrest? They call good luck bad luck. Well, Precious, have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too have a great day. Thank you. Bye. You're right. Okay. That video is part of the town hall meeting thing. I said I will compile and bring for you guys. I'll post it before midnight. I promise, before midnight Nigerian time, if possible, because time is already fast spent. So let me just take my leave now. I love you guys. Appreciate you. Protect your mental health. Don't let all these things scatter around. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening with my 3Gs, Prince Francis Chilaka, Mr. Ikenobi, and Barrister Sam Adams. Thank you so much. Protect your mental health. I love you. Good night.